very lazy because I almost didn't pull this microphone out, and certainly not using the extender cable. Very lazy. I guess the story I have to tell you, nothing serious, nothing dramatic, nothing, there's no great bit of controversy, no great bit of conflict that's inspiring, no great bit of drama that's inspiring this video, other than the fact that it's 5:30 in the PM, December 31st, 2012, and I just, of all the times that it's appropriate to record your thoughts, yeah, sometimes the end of the year, that's the time. But the story that I really wanted to share, and most of it's going to be revealed, I'm assuming, in the coming days. It's just an issue of, Trip is in LA, I guess. And so I don't know if he's like on his computer, if he has his computer with him, and he's using it or what. But he shot the footage for episode 8 of Busted Stuff a couple of days ago, actually, or sent it to me a couple of days ago. And I was kind of an ass, I wasn't an ass. I've been really hauling ass on caffeine, so it's a little difficult to switch gears like that. Anyway, he sent me the footage, and he gave me a little bit of a warning about the quality, but it was more on the technical side, because he's using a new microphone, and he doesn't know how to use the new microphone just yet. And I don't want to spoil a great Christmas gift, but the microphone just does not hold up to his traditional microphone. It's aesthetically more beautiful. It's a very pretty microphone, but it's not. It doesn't come close to capturing the booming quality of the original. It's the original it's just not the same quality as the original microphone. And I think if most people watch this upcoming episode, they say something. If they criticize something about it, it's going to be, why aren't you using the old microphone? So it captures that richness of his voice, and this new microphone doesn't. But none of that is what I'm referring to here. The actual issue with this video was that he set up the cameras. In Tripp's case, it's 3 of them, and started recording without really knowing what he was going to talk about. And it resulted in a really good cold open right before the credits, the title sequence. But then it was just this really unpleasant episode. And I told him initially, I never get bored editing your videos, and which is the God's honest truth. I never get bored editing his videos. And it was just this one. I had a hard time with this one, in spite of the fact it's one of the shortest videos, one of the shortest pieces of material he sent me to edit. So anyway, I cut it all together, and I give him a couple options. You can run with it. The audience on Sogo is non-existent right now. It's going to fall flat. And a part of me wants to see it fall flat because it's a conversation starter. I want to see it fall flat because of the venue, because everything that was predicted is coming to pass with this venue. And here we have a great, what he ended up coming to at the end of the video was a conversation starter. And it's a good conversation starter. But the presentation is terrible. It's not the best presentation. But at any rate, since the bar is set so low for quality and presentation on Sogo, the idea would be, even in spite of the bad presentation, the conversation starter should act as a conversation starter. But the audience isn't there, so I told him, let it fly, but don't be afraid to just say, screw it, throw it away, because it's not great. And if I were him, I wouldn't want to put it out there necessarily. I would throw it out and start over. It took him a video to figure out what he wanted to talk about. So, throw this out. Now you know what you want. Now you know what you want to talk about. Start from the beginning, and do it right. So I advise him, don't be afraid to do that. There was some talk about cat videos, and he sent me a little cat video clip of his cat Mike, and inspired by that, I did put together an alternate cut of this episode, and you're gonna see that. You're gonna see that eventually. But to fully explain it, I'm not gonna even explain it. Just know that there's an alternate cut of the episode. It's probably 1,000 times better than the original cut, and it's also 1,000 times shorter. But it's just, I think it's fucking hilarious, and it's hilarious the more times you watch it, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I gave the video to Trip, and he has a whole description for it with a conversation that we had about it. So he's in LA, but I don't know if he's going to be posting from there or if he has to get back in town, in which case it'll be like Tuesday or Wednesday, I suppose. But yeah, stay tuned for that on Trip's channel. It'll be just silly fun. Trust me. But yeah, I wanted to share that because I'm starting this, or I started this video without really knowing what to talk about, other than the fact that it's a good time to shoot a video, and very congested. Oh, I don't know if it's the weather or what, or it's just ridiculous. It's been months of this nonstop congestion. Annoying as fuck is what it is. Fuck. Yeah, we're not doing anything. Nothing is happening. I'm just gonna go home, have some dinner, and fall asleep before midnight. There probably will be some wine. I'm looking forward to the day off tomorrow. That'll be good. The big milestone, I should share. I've been very quiet. On Facebook. I'm very quiet everywhere. Obviously. And the big milestone that I have to share is that while caffeine is not done, it's as close as it will ever be done, quote-unquote done, by the end of the year, since it's the end of the year. And I'm actually pretty proud of myself for that, because basically where I'm at is the whole thing is edited. The final cut is, the mostly final cut is there. I mean, if there's any more edits I do, it's going to just be tweaking, small tweaks, but the overall cut of the movie is done. All the scenes are cut together, all of the scenes are assembled in order and whatnot. And I was finishing up the day today by just finishing up as much of the black and white conversion that I could do. Basically, it's kind of I probably haven't talked about this at all, and I don't know if it was shared at all in that one preview video, but caffeine is in black and white, despite shooting it all in color. The narration is in color, because the narration is established at the very beginning, very much like a vlog. I'm sitting down in front of the camera to read this story to you. And then the story plays out in black and white. The dramatic reading of the movie, of the screenplay. So there's that, color and black and white contrast. And so I have or 6 sequences left to convert to black and white. Probably 10 minutes of video. Oh, it's they're about one. I think there's 3 major action sequences, and by action sequence I mean it's an office comedy, right? And it's a dramatic reading of an office comedy. So there's nothing actiony about this at all, but there's about 3 sequences that are in my mind right now that I can think of where I do something very, very different with the camera and really turn these sequences into, you know, make the most out of these action sequences. And yeah, I mean, just in the past weeks, few weeks, where I went from, oh my god, there's no way I can ever finish this movie, to I'm so excited and proud of this work, this package. It's the total runtime's gonna be probably about an hour and 15 minutes. So the script, a version of the script that I was looking at earlier today, was 107 pages. So it's not quite feature length. The 1 minute per 1 page of screenplay is not quite precise there, and that's not a bad thing. I was telling Sam that on one hand, I kind of wish it was, just because it is a feature length screenplay. So it would have been nice if it converted that way to the actual movie, just to say, there it is. On the other hand, since I'm making it for YouTube, this actually goes back years. I never have wanted to produce feature-length movies for YouTube. I've always believed in internet features, which would be about an hour long. So you would just take, you would write hour-long production. If you want to do a feature-length movie for the internet, it's a different format. So it's an hour long instead of 2 hours or 90 minutes, whatever the case may be. So years and years ago, when I started sketching out business plans for all of this stuff, I always envisioned hour-long feature films for the internet, and so the other part of me is like, this is perfect. This is so ideal. Hour and 15 minutes is the perfect median between those two numbers. So, and then the other thing is, there are things that aren't in the movie. So you would have a lot of establishing shots and traveling shots and more detail and more, and with that comes more patience to spend more time in a scene, because basically the way it is now, it's weird because I'm editing very much like I would edit webcams, that dialogue, pat, 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 but the thing that I keep coming across is there's things I want to show, reactions I want to show. I'm very proud of the detail that I've captured, and hopefully is coming across, and it's all about reactions and expressions and the fact that it's all there. But in webcams, I always have the split screen safety net where if there's something additional I want to show, I always have the split screen, or 4-up even. I can split the screen however many times I want to show that additional material. It's a way to make the most out of that out of your screen and present more information. But since this isn't webcam, since the structure of the split screen on a computer screen, a video chat, is not a tool I'm using, I am editing, and as I shot it, which is kind of a traditional film style, but it's also skewed more towards a theatrical style. And by theatrical, I mean like a stage style, because it's the room that I shot it in was very, I mean it's a staged reading where people are where the characters are at specific places in the room, and the scene plays out within this room, that the same room. There's no set, there's no scenery. It's just this room that I shot the video in. Anyway, I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. I think it'll definitely be done by the end of January. I mean, where I'm at right now is finishing the black and white conversion, and then going back over every single shot in the black and white conversion and make sure it all is balanced as nicely as possible. Then I have to finish the audio balance, and then I'm going to so the audio balance is just fading the tracks in and out so that it's not really abrupt cuts in the audio. And then, because of webcams, because of all of the editing experience in webcams and finding these tricks and tools in Final Cut, I'm going to go, once all of that is done, then I'm going to run the audio background hum removal on everything, and hope, and I'm crossing my fingers. I think that's going to, because what ended up happening, I was intending to shoot it with a lapel mic, and when I shot the narration first, and when I pulled up the audio on the lapel mic, I was like, where is it? It's not working. And I just said, fuck it, and I shot everything on camera with the on-camera audio. And there are parts where it's okay, there are parts where it's not okay. But what's cool about what I've done with webcams, what I've experienced in webcams, is that hum removal, that automatic feature, that analyzation and fix adjustment feature in Final Cut, that has saved a lot of audio. And I think that a minor use, a very gentle use of it across the board on my audio tracks, on the audio of the movie, huge improvement is what I'm hoping for. But yeah, so I think I'm going to beat Middlebrook. I think I'm going to beat Middlebrook to air with my feature-length movie before he gets his next short film up, because I think he said January 25th. So, and of course, I've done the thing that I hate doing, and I just haven't stopped thinking about the next movie I can shoot solo like this. And I guess part of it is like, I've learned so much in all of this, and some tricks and all this stuff, that it doesn't make sense not to shoot, not to do another movie, or, so I can put all of it to use. I don't know. That's how I'm ending my year so far. Maybe there'll be more excitement inside. Stay tuned. Movie's coming up. Stay tuned to Trip. His stuff is coming up. But above all, because I think we're forgetting it. I think it's disappearing. Stay creative.